Hello and welcome to the Acceler video series featuring WorkFit for ServiceNow. My name is Matt Burke. I'm the product manager of WorkFit and wanted to continue the video series around our latest module in the ServiceNow store called the Capability Mapper. In the previous video, we spent some time creating and editing a capability model. Today, I wanted to spend a little bit of time around the assessment functionality within the capability mapper. So on my screen right now, you can see that I'm in the assessment area, and the way to access that once you've built your model is to come here and just click on heat assessment. The layout's a little different than your standard model that we've showed you. We've built the hierarchy out here to have the parent in this column and then the children rolled up on this column. So as you click a child, you can see you can start measuring heat and assessing for whatever value is important to you. As I click on this one, you'll see the logic that Acceler brings around the S2E process. We look at establishing heat based on two factors. One is the contribution the capability has to the organization as well as the performance. As you can see, contribution is broken down to strategic impact and financial impact. And then we also use a performance which offers effectiveness and efficiency. This is how we drive the heat of a specific capability, but within the tool you're able to customize measures, as you can see over here. So you can create categories and measures within the capability to set it up any way you want. And I've actually done one down here called outsourcing candidate, and we'll unpack that a little bit and figure out how we got here. So why don't we jump back just to see the finished view and walk through how we got here. So back to the front screen, I've got a few models here. I'm going to click on the core operating model. As you can see, I've already established heat. I can look at the legend here and see which priorities I want to focus on. Here are the categories of measures that I have in the application now. As I said, when you buy Capability Mapper, you will have out-of-the-box functionality for contribution, as well as strategic impact and the value of the capability, which I just walked through. So this is the criteria that I'm using to light up the board, but I could come down to sourcing candidate and click on tightly coupled and get a quick view of assessments that I've actually made for this family, and we'll do one over here in just a little bit. How we get to the assessment, as I mentioned, is coming over here, clicking on heat assessment, and once you do that, you select the same model. And again, you see the parent-child relationship within your capability family, and we click on any specific capability. And one thing to note is I'm on Assess Heat here, but you can also click All Measures, which will bring in any custom measures that you've created. And as you can see, I've created a few here. So for purposes of closing the gap on this is how easy it is. Recruit providers, outsourcing candidate. Well, as you can see here, I've created, is this capability tightly coupled to the organization? Does it offer proprietary knowledge? If I say it's loosely coupled and the proprietary knowledge is low, immediately as I go back to the capability model, and I will now choose that model, and the criteria would be outsourcing proprietary knowledge, you can see that this capability is now rendered through the legend that I have here. So it's that easy. Let's talk a little bit about how to set up those measures. So under the administrative tab, you would come down and create a measure category. As you can see, I've got outsourcing candidate here. Once I create the category, I would then come into the measures and start building out what measures would fall within that category. So for instance, I have proprietary knowledge here. I click and I can now define what this measure is, and I can relate it to a category here. Another function that we offer here is the ability to color it any way you want. So you can see I've just created a high, medium, low, and I've correlated these colors to the legend to make sure that I'm highlighting the areas I want. So it's really that easy to create custom measures as well as assess your model. If we go back to the capability model, we can see that the choices we give you are pretty simplistic here related to what you want to measure. I hope this was helpful, and I look forward to our next video. Have a great day. Thank you.